Back here again. That gravitational force that pulled me back. Is this where it came from? When I saw that memory of Moon Prayer Night, I think I influenced reality. Was it just a coincidence? Or... if only I could have sent the others some kind of warning on Moon Prayer Night. Maybe we could have stopped Dottore. I feel... so heavy. Does entering that space consume a lot of energy? Well, even so, I have to keep moving forward. Back to emptiness and silence again. I should try and find my way back inside that memory.
Alright, welcome back to Genshin Impact. Last time we started up the story again, we fought Dottore, or Doctor, and he captured the Traveler and teleported into some weird mind space hellscape or something. Traveler's brain. And all the other ones went back. Tell the others what happened. Found out that the Doctor's doing something to Nod-krai and everyone's basically trapped there. Some weird magical stuff going on. And Columbina is stuck in the moon mirror world. So, yeah. Continue this and see what happens. I didn't use enough force.
The entrance from last time isn't showing up. What am I missing? Looks like I need to gather these scattered fragments.
Okay. Hold to channel your power. Sorry, I didn't read.
It worked! Hopefully I can stay inside for a bit longer this time.
Hurrah! When the Traveler first
Astra
picked it up.
Abyssosque. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
What? This doesn't look like Moon Prayer Night.
Extra, extra! Latest issue of the Nasha Express!
I don't think I've ever been here. Maybe this space isn't comprised of my memories after all. There aren't any festive decorations around. Is this Nasha town after Moon Prayer Night ended? Did Dottore's plan not affect the town? Or is no one aware of what happened because he used the Three Moons' authority? Let me see if I can influence anyone else.
So, what do we do next?
Wait, that voice. Paimon?
The most important thing right now is to find that mage.
Lauma, the Traveler, and Mr. Varga are here too.
I'd better go pay the Fatui a visit.
Traveler!
Columbina?
I made contact. It's me, Columbina.
Huh?
Traveler?
hang out?
Huh? Wait a moment. This has happened before. This is what happened when I disappeared. I stood right over there, thinking that no one would ever find me again. It was only when he called my name that I decided to follow them. But did he turn around because he sensed my touch just now? Is it really possible that from in here, I can change the past? If I keep following them, maybe... Huh? It's that gravity again. Every time I influence reality within that space, this force intervenes and pulls me back. It's as if it's trying to stop me from leaving. I'm getting weaker and weaker. I'll just have to try another approach next time. Come on, Columbina. Keep going. You have to tell everyone what happened.
Back to the Traveler, probably. Probably.
Suddenly, I've been plunged into darkness. Alone. It feels strange. As if something has grabbed hold of me. Is Toray now powerful enough to interfere with space itself?
Look at you, standing so still in total silence. I almost didn't recognize you. Hello there, traveler.
He seems to be in a good mood. Wait, what's that behind him?
Ah, so you noticed. This is the completed Trilune. 2 primordial moon marrows and 1 artificial specimen. You are wary of it. Good. Maintain that reverence. You performed well in that recent battle. Brave and reckless as always. Courage is the sign of a true hero, and impulsiveness is the hallmark of those who strive to advance. I say this not to belittle you. Most creatures are far more timid by comparison.
3 moon marrows? Does that mean the artificial one is now complete too?
Well spotted. What do you think? For a replica I built myself, I dare say it looks the part.
Dottore, are you planting illusions in my mind?
I have no interest in fooling your eyes. On the contrary, I hope to show you the true essence of all that you see before you. Is this not a beautiful city? People live in peace and find joy in their work. The streets are safe. People can even leave their doors unlocked at night. You might say it is the Elysium everyone dreams of. All available data indicates your values and worldview conform with the mainstream. This kind of society should be quite to your taste.
False beauty is deceitful. Lies are to no one's taste.
I wonder, is it your moral standards that are too high? Or your expectations of reality? Answer me this. If someone existed in a sweet dream from the moment they were born, a dream in which they never once felt pain, which do you think they would consider superior? The dream or the reality?
That's pure sophistry. It has nothing to do with your actions.
As I suspected. You have yet to understand all of this for what it really is.
What do you want from me?
You sound impatient. Do you think the only reason I'm keeping you is because I want something from you?
If it's not, then why haven't you killed me yet? No one can stop you if you're as powerful as a god.
I'm delighted you recognize that fact. I believe we last squared off in Sumeru. Ah, the memories. How time flies. You and I have both grown. I'm not surprised that Arlecchino and Sandrone worked with you. You've always a way of slowly but surely ingratiating yourself with all levels of society. People laud you as a hero, but I suspect there's more to it than that. Oh, but to be clear, I don't say that to flatter you.
Do you always give your opponent an appraisal before you deal the final blow?
Call it a long-time habit. I'm a researcher, and one of my duties is to give an objective assessment of my subjects. But you misunderstand. We are not opponents. Not at this moment. I just want to talk. Think back to Tartaglia, Arlecchino, Capitano, Columbina, and now even Sandrone. You've worked with each of them in the past. I believe you can work with me as well.
Fuck, does he
What
not
makes you
remember?
so sure?
Well, why not? Should the good associate only with the good and the bad befriend only the bad? I like to think we could have a more mature relationship than that. Surely you don't think all your relationships are grounded in friendship or shared ideals? People come together because it benefits them to do so. If you think of the people you admire, you must surely admit that they have provided some benefit to you. Morality, ambition, dreams. People have plenty of words to embellish the nature of their relationships. But once you break free from those ethical frameworks, you will see that the only thing connecting the two of you is mutual benefit. And that is what I'd like to talk to you about.
We're finally getting into it. He's probably been planning to kidnap me for a long time now. But for what exactly? He has the authority of all three moons. I won't be able to gain the upper hand in a fight. Best if I pretend that I'm willing to negotiate for now. You say you're a god, but you also speak of mutual benefit. What could a god want that the three moons cannot provide?
Excellent question. But before I answer, I would ask you the same thing. Gaining Columbina's allegiance was a rare and extraordinary feat. But the Moon Marrows are now in my hands, and I have the edge over her. For this artificial moon is not being rejected by Tevat. Her identity and lineage may have been a thing of glory in the old world, but they were also shackles that prevented her from ever integrating into Tevat. I, on the other hand, you may view me as a thief, but I have overcome that limitation. So what is it that the Three Moons cannot grant you? What stops you from negotiating with me to get what you want?
I don't make deals with lying psychopaths.
That's quite an accusation. Are you expecting me to get angry with you? Well, this is one aspect in which my personal growth has served me well. In the past, my less mature self might have been disappointed, perhaps even angry, over a small setback like this. Like when you and Lesser Lord Kusanali joined forces to oppose me, for example. But things are different now. Just as the rich do not quibble with the poor, I no longer find myself perturbed by these trivial affairs. Human relationships end with conflicts of emotions and interests. But relations between humans and gods are different. And ours is even more unique. I have ascended to the highest heights and laid claim to unprecedented horizons. And you were no ordinary person to begin with. Allow me to show you the world, Descender.
Follow the doctor.
To stand, walk, jump, sit, and lie down. These are the most common of behaviors. Have you ever wondered why we were born following such laws? Who stipulated that we could not fly instead of walk?
Where the hell are we going?
Someone of your talent and experience must surely know of the 4 great rulers who serve the heavenly principles. They govern life, death, time, and space. One wounded by a blade will die from blood loss or infection, and one who falls into a lake will drown in agony. The elderly wallow in solitude, and the solitary age faster. Eventually, new life is born, only to embark on the same path of suffering. These 4 divisions anchor the world and shackle those who live in it. But they themselves transcend its boundaries, squandering the power bestowed by the heavens. All who live yearn for equality, but unless the gods prostrate themselves and profess that they are mere servants of the living, equality can never exist. Who makes the rules we must live by? Who has the right to restrict us? The limits of the body can be rejected.
Fuck you, Billy. I don't know. I'm not gonna use it. Fuck you. I don't need your teeth. Cowabunga. Fuck. What is T? Fuck. Insta kill. Alright, T. Oh, I will not fail? Oh, I didn't have to use the T shit anyway then. Fuck you. Thanks for the follow, Groomy. Sorry I didn't see it until now. Appreciate it. I don't normally fight these animals. Creatures. Exactly how they work. Ow. Ow. Needed to stop breathing. Holy fuck. Bye, beast.
How does it feel to be among those with absolute power?
Feels like that's cheating.
You cannot conceive the extent to which your flesh hinders your mind and spirit.
I know about that one, Chief. Hi. Oh, I'm swimming in the air.
Only by discarding our useless, primitive eyes can we perceive a new world. How narrow-minded we all were in the past. Why should the final answer of the world not be the power that predates those of life, death, time, and space? The power of the Trilune. Through it, I have glimpsed new experimental possibilities. Nature suppressed, authority exiled, souls controlled. You know, I heard recently that a group of critics reviewed countless stories and drew an interesting conclusion. They found that it is more often than not the villains who strive tirelessly to push the boundaries of progress. In fact, long before this, someone voiced a similar idea in an academia editorial. I felt a great affinity with this perspective. I have never been afraid to step up and play the role of the villain. Fanatics are trampled down for their transgressions, and those who transcend are rebuked for their audacity. And so, the majority of creatures are too timid to follow my lead. But all sacrifices made during my experiments have been worthwhile, as you can now see. I can offer you something new, something unique, precisely because I am a villain. Think about it. We are eternally bound through mutual interest. Can you truly say you would never turn to malice if it could give you the life you dream of? After all, what value do perfection and purity really have? They are fragile and feeble things, utterly tedious. I say, better to be governed by a flawed humanity than a gnosis. The true seeker of knowledge is the villain who undergoes countless tribulations in pursuit of their goal. I'm sure many people have told you that you're different.
Because I'm a descender?
Exactly. Very clever.
But what has that got to do with you?
I do not conceal my wicked deeds, my selfish desires, or my greed. A true researcher must act as I do if they are to understand and speak of the truth. And yet, a knowledge seeker like myself will inevitably grow tired of studying Tevat beyond a point. You have traveled to all corners of the world and met many people. Along the way, there have been moments when you were misunderstood or even became a wanted criminal. And all the while, you have spent your days doing some of the most mundane jobs in the world. You fight and toil, claim minuscule rewards from my friend Pantalone, then you fight some more, winning some battles and losing others as your search goes on. And this cycle continues, with no end in sight. Surely you must sometimes grow weary of being stuck in this same loop day after day.
We're completely different. I embrace everything that life throws at me. I am engaged in every step of my journey.
How does that make us different? I too embrace what life brings, researching everything that interests me. Think of all the novel things I've managed to create, like the artificial moon marrow. Don't you see? As unique a specimen as she was, even Columbina is not irreplaceable.
Take that back! She's gone because of your actions!
I didn't say that to anger you. Though admittedly, I don't see what there is to be angry about. Anything Columbina could do for you, I can do better. I know what your ultimate goal is. You wish to walk the path your sister walked, and seek answers from her at the end of that journey, don't you?
Someone like you could never understand what it feels like to care about another person the way I care about her.
Perhaps not. But that doesn't mean I can't help. I could find your sister right now, bring her before you, and make her give you the answers you seek.
Don't be so presumptuous. You'll never begin to understand the situation between us.
Oh, no. This is no presumption. I'm only offering what I know is possible with the power of the Trilune. But it seems like you would sooner continue with your journey through this world. Why? Do you truly desire this journey? Or is it simply a necessary process from which you cannot escape? Think of all the time and energy you have spent, everything you've had to endure just to make it this far. Is this really what you want? Or has your hand been forced by the promise of that final answer? Yes, you have made many friends. But do they ever spare a thought for the void in your heart and what it yearns for? What you want is not friends. It is family. But do they know this? I, on the other hand, am far more considerate. Join my experiment, and in return, I will bring your meaningless journey and all its struggles to an end.
This is a malicious attempt to manipulate me. But at the same time, he's stating some very human truths. Of course he's right about my predicament. How can I deny it? I have faced ungrateful strangers, never-ending troubles, an endless quest for answers. I want to see her. After everything I've been through, words can't describe how much I miss her. How much I want to be reunited with her, wherever you are right now. Do you miss me too?
All right, everyone. Our next mission is clear. We need to contact all the major organizations, explain the situation to the public, and then begin the evacuation.
The residents of Nod-krai are quite dispersed. The two most populated areas are the Southern Isles and Pyramida. Miss Lauma, I will leave Hisi Island and Nasha Town in your hands. I will liaise with the Fatui and Pyramida.
Agreed. We will reach out to Natlan and Snezhnaya. Anyone found north of the Experimental Design Bureau should follow the Fatui to Snezhnaya. As for those dwelling south of that line, I will ask the Voynich Guild to help persuade them to leave. Then I, Mr. Varka, and the Frostmoon Scions will escort them to Natlan.
The Voynich Guild has dealings with the Curatorium of Secrets. I will send them a letter vouching for your credibility. Yehoda, you should help Lauma. This is too big of a task for one person.
My wish has come true. You're willingly lending me your most capable employee for the day.
Well, good for you if all this only takes a day. Of course, if it takes any longer, I'll be charging a fee.
Boss, wait! Don't I get a say in this?
Oh, I'm sorry. Something to add, Yehoda?
Well, no one's more important to me than you, boss. And remember how Lauma healed your eyes after that big battle? I think that's worth at least 2 or 3 days' work for the Frostmoon Scions.
Are you completely incapable of acting in your own self-interest? Or do you simply devalue your own labor?
Are you sure you don't want to come with us?
Who will see to our other work if we're all busy evacuating residents? Sandrone insists that Columbina is still alive, and we have a traveler to rescue. There's much to be done.
But boss, I'm just worried that...
Well, Nefer, I'll link up with you once my tasks are complete.
What makes you think I'd need you to do that?
I'll need it. And considering the way you approach certain matters, I think you'll be better off with me present.
That's quite enough. Just focus on your work first.
I bet we're in for an uphill battle here. But we can help out too. Inefa and I are gonna help Nasha Town's residents carry their stuff.
Loading schedule. Store essential local research data and technology samples, then escort the people to Natlan. Understood. I will execute this to the best of my abilities.
Great stuff. Thank you, ladies.
I've contacted the Lightkeepers. A colleague of mine will join us shortly. I will persuade them to conduct a thorough search of the region to ensure that no civilians get left behind.
As for me, I guess I'll be making an early return to Sumeru. I think it's important that someone informs the Dendro Archon of what's going on in Nod-krai.
Roger that. Someone should inform Mondstadt, too. Mr. Durin, can I trust you to handle that? I think you fly faster than any of us can run. As an added incentive, get there fast enough and I'll see about getting your gliding exam waived.
Really? Ha! Mission accepted, sir.
I intend to stay behind and help Miss Sandrone with her research. She has some alchemy-related questions that she'd like me to explore.
She recognizes your expertise, then. I wish you a fruitful collaboration.
Thank you. In truth, I was surprised to hear her express an interest in subject matter outside of machines.
I believe she has been investigating some Fontanian technology recently. She made a point of bringing the relevant materials with her when she left the Experimental Design Bureau. She's sorting through everything in her room as we speak.
I should mention that we have one other friend who isn't present. He hasn't made his position in all of this clear. But if we know anything about him, he's likely investigating on his own.
Paimon's been very quiet today. But I know how close she and the Traveler are with the Natlanese. She should come with us to the border.
Okay. Paimon will do her best.
Make sure to heed Sandrone's warning. Many of us have been cursed by Dottore. As such, under no circumstances should anyone cross national borders. Remain within Nod-krai. That aside, personally I have faith in Columbina. Things look grim, sure, but who knows how it'll play out. Same goes for rescuing the Traveler. Both of them are important allies and friends. We'll be counting on you to gather intel on them, Miss Nefer.
Ah, wonderful. You're all here.
That voice again. Nicole? Whoa, that was loud. And it came out of nowhere. So mysterious.
Sorry, this is the only way I can speak to you all right now. Please accept my apology. Anyway, time is short. I'll cut to the chase. We're still facing quite a catastrophe here at the world's borders. Alice has roped in every Hexencircle member she can get a hold of. Except for me. She told me I had to come and help you all out as a matter of urgency. I quote, "You love talking, don't you? Well, now it's finally your time to shine. Take these. Make sure the whole party gets one each. You'll be in charge of making sure everyone stays connected."
Huh? Is this a Dodo communication device?
Scanning. Unknown device. Analyzing. Unknown device. Conclusion. Cute. Affirmative. It is cute and good. I believe that I quite like it.
This is no ordinary Dodo communication device. It's my very own special modified version, specifically... Ah, sorry. I almost went off on another tangent there. Anyway, help yourselves. It will allow us to communicate over long distances within Nod-krai. No more worrying about shuttling messages back and forth.
What astounding technology. Am I right in assuming that it relies on your personal abilities to function, Miss Nicole?
Yes, exactly. Right on cue, Albedo. Ah, I'd love to brag to you all about how it all works. But no, next time. Anyway, I'll be right with you all, serving as a communication hub. That's all from me. Head off as soon as you're ready. I'll be staying here to keep watch, and I'll be sending you my blessings.
Boy. Contact. All right. New character. Got his name. Something.
Ah, Sir Flint. Perfect timing. I just arrived myself. You are most considerate, Master Ilua.
Lilia.
But in fact, I know you have been sitting here for quite some time. If you saw me, why didn't you say something? I was curious to see how long you could sit still for. Also, shouldn't you have managed to sense me approaching? That would be a first. You always seem to appear out of thin air without making a peep. Also,
How many times do I have to tell you not to address me as master? I don't qualify.
I beg to differ. Why should a young man so well versed in social graces as yourself not be worthy of that title?
Please, Lord Flint's. Sir Flint's. I'm begging you, don't flatter me into complacency like you do with everyone else.
You understand me better than most. My newest acquaintances tell me I love complimenting others. What do you think?
I think they don't understand why you do it. You just love puffing people up till they're a big, happy ball of hot air that floats away into the sky.
In all sincerity, I can only hope that they bring good tidings when they come back down to Earth.
Is the situation that bad?
We just held a strategy meeting. Let me fill you in.
In short, we need everyone gone from Pyramida. We also need a team of Lightkeepers to scour the more remote regions of Nod-krai for civilians to evacuate.
I only hope we have enough personnel.
We do. Old Man Nikita will definitely help, and we can recall anyone out on patrol to focus on this instead.
Good. I'm sure you and the others will make short work of this. Now, don't forget, once you've completed this task, make sure you and the rest of the team evacuate to either Snezhnaya or Natlan as well.
Flint's?
If you've got something to say, Master Ilua, why not guess what I'm thinking right now?
You mentioned that you have something else to deal with later. How difficult is it going to be?
I doubt it will be easy.
I know you're a Lightkeeper, and it's your duty to protect others in times of crisis. But I have a feeling that you'll be walking into grave danger. However bad things have gotten in the past, Nod-krai has never faced a mass evacuation before. But from the sounds of it, you don't intend to come with us. I don't mean to pry, and it's probably none of my business. But whatever it is you're intending, you don't have to go through with it, you know.
I've been afflicted with some sort of curse, and I'm told it may well trigger if I set foot outside of Nod-krai. As such, I cannot leave. I have to act, if for no other reason than to fight this curse.
What? No. Why? Why would anyone want to curse you?
There are plenty of people out there willing to trample over others in pursuit of their own goals.
Frankly, Sir Flint, I am furious. You're making light of what is an incredibly serious situation.
Indeed I am. And?
And what? I told you, I'm furious about this.
Nothing I can do about it, I'm afraid. Things happen, and we just have to deal with them. If you find yourself feeling angry, perhaps start by drinking a big glass of water.
Hey, you mean you're completely unmoved by my anger? I'm devastated.
Then allow me to express my sincerest regret. Come by the lighthouse sometime. We'll catch ourselves a few fish, have a little barbecue, play some cards, and bask in the sun.
Maybe I need to spell this out. Lean in a little, Flint.
Oh my, this doesn't bode well.
Word is that you were caught up in a real horror show recently. People were amazed that you returned safe and sound. They've been debating whether you're even human.
I've returned safe and sound from plenty of crises. When you say people, do you mean other people? Or do you just mean you?
Fine. I'll be frank. You're not human, are you?
Heavens. Now that's a horrifying thought.
You know what? Forget it. We'll revisit this once it's all over.
A sound plan. Albeit a little ominous sounding.
Just promise me you'll come back in one piece, all right?
For you, Master Ilua. How could I refuse? Also, please pass my regards on to our colleagues. Tell them, thank you all for your assistance. Please put safety first as you proceed with the operation.
Columbine. I go through.
I have to keep searching for a path toward reality.
Kind of understand this back and forth, but it's also like, look. Up. Oh, that's just.
This should do it. The last 2 times I tried to influence reality in this space, it consumed a lot of Kuvaki. I'll try and be more careful this time. I need to leave key clues behind using less power. I hope everyone still remembers what I said on Moon Prayer Night.
Nod-krai still. Alright.
Nothing here either. Flints?
Ah, Miss Nefer.
What are you doing here? Unless...
I just spoke with Ilua about arrangements for the search and came for a walk nearby. As for you, why would... Huh. It appears we think along similar lines. And neither of us likes to accept things at face value.
As well as figuring out how to gather intel on the Traveler, I wanted to confirm some of my own suspicions. Also, we'll need to bring a lot of force to bear against Dottore, even if we're only looking to rescue the Traveler. We can't leave anything to chance. You don't think Columbina perished either, do you?
I'm merely considering the possibility that she survived, just as you are. How much can we really know about a deity like her anyway?
Do you remember what she said on Moon Prayer Night? About using moonlight to send messages to us?
Of course. I think that's why we're both here.
Where have you checked so far?
I've been focusing on the outdoors. Anywhere the moonlight shines. I checked most of Nasha Town, but didn't find anything.
I checked the Curatorium of Secrets, and a few rooms where I thought I might find some leads. But no luck here either. The only places I haven't looked yet are the rooms in the flagship. But process of elimination isn't the only thing that brought me here.
Oh, really? What's your other reason?
After all that build-up, our mystery ally never showed up even once!
Huh? Am I imagining things? Come on, let's see what's going on.
Oh no. I knocked over a vase as soon as I came in. It must have been caused by a Kuvaki fluctuation when I entered the space. Although, it seems like I'm not about to be pulled away this time. It looks like as long as I'm careful with my actions, it doesn't count as influencing reality. Anyway, is this the flagship? The Traveler mentioned that's where he was staying. I only went into the lobby last time, so I've never actually been here before. How does this space work? If nothing else, I can now be sure that it is not simply memory. He mentioned where his room was. I think it's this one. The door is closed. But if this is anything like when I disappeared, then maybe... I'm in. He and Paimon aren't here at the moment. I hope he's okay. I wonder what happened to him after that battle with Dottore. Best not to dwell on that for now. I need to try and leave them some clues. Please, Traveler. I really hope you find this.
Huh. Just a cat.
Nothing else here strikes me as noteworthy.
Didn't you stay here for a couple of nights once?
Before Rerir showed himself, yes. It's also where the Traveler and I first met.
Did you notice anything unusual during your stay?
I remember thinking how much noisier the flagship is at night compared to the graveyard. Other than that, no. The Traveler and Paimon were most congenial neighbors.
This is where they've been staying, yes? Over here?
That's right.
I wouldn't usually condone breaking and entering, but we can make it up to them later.
Focus now. I have to write a message on the wall using Kuvaki, just like I said on Moon Prayer Night. Simply open your windows on nights when the moon shines bright, and the moonlight will naturally flow towards the words I have written. Here goes. I'll need to carefully control my strength.
Oh, what? Hold and maintain. Power in the dark. That even say it looks like gibberish. What language is she writing in? The language of the gods. I think Columbia go back to school.
There's a noise outside the door. Is he back?
Whisked away.
Please, you have to see these words.
Well, do you sense anything?
Unfortunately, no.
And this place was our last chance.
Not necessarily. We've only looked in Nasha Town so far. Miss Columbina said she would leave messages at her friends' dwellings. It's still worth checking where Miss Lauma lives and where I live.
Let's try and make some time to look into those then. Wait.
What are you waiting for?
Paimon might have overeaten slightly. look for? This is a victory feast. It's normal to eat a little more than usual.
The Traveler in Paimon. It's really you. But why are they talking about a victory feast?
Huh. You worried Paimon sick while you were out there fighting Rare, so this is your chance to make it up to her.
Oh.
Alright?
Wait. So this is the night after the battle against Rare. How did I end up here? That's quite a long time ago now. Wait. Time. That's it. Every time I've entered reality within this space, it's been at an earlier point in time. Every one of those points has been before I fell into the moon's reflection. And everything I've done to affect reality really did happen in the past. Does this mean that within the moon's reflection, time flows backwards? Starting from the moment I fell in?
Not long till Moon Prayer night now. It's gonna be even livelier than tonight. Although, it's gonna be sad saying goodbye to the damselette. She seems like a really nice person.
Paimon. No, I can't. Even if I make contact, they probably won't understand what's going on. And in any case, I'll likely get pulled away again if I do. Instead, I have to find a way to get them to notice what I've written using the moonlight. Wait, even I hadn't thought of doing that before Moon Prayer night. They'd never conceive of that possibility. Is there truly no other way?
Don't lose heart. We'll find a way somehow.
Huh?
Oh, you say that, but the Frost Moon is beyond the fall sky. If we wanted to go visit her, how would we make it through to the other side?
We might not have all the answers now, but I'm sure we'll find a way one day.
Huh. Guess someone's gotta be the optimist.
The present. The future. That's right. There are still things I can do.
What's your plan?
Flins, when you were staying next door, did you ever open the window?
No. The rooms here are dark and damp, and there's such a buildup of dust on the windows that the moonlight can't even get in. I didn't think it was worth the trouble.
The moonlight.
Ah, I think I see where you're going. One moment. I'll see if the owner is available.
Don't bother. Time is of the essence.
Break the window.
Even if no one sees what I've written at this moment, maybe someone will remember what I said after Moon Prayer night. I need to write down as much information as I can. And maybe one day...
Huh? What's up with you? You can't even hold your cup steady. Are you getting tired?
A little.
Well, you should probably hit the hay then. You've had a really tough couple of days for you.
You truly have. You helped defeat Rare, helped me reclaim my name, and you helped the others organize Moon Prayer night. Wherever you are right now, I'm sure you're still fighting against the injustices of fate. This is all I can leave for them. How I wish I could stay here. But it's time for me to go. I hope to see you again in the next time. And if the opportunity presents itself.
I will surely return to your side.
Huh.
Columbina. She's alive.
Not only that, but she's left us an entire wall's worth of clues. She even wrote down what would happen on Moon Prayer night. It's just a shame we found it too late.
I am here. Time in this place flows backwards. I am constantly moving forward.
It Sounds like she's found a way to influence the past using Kuvaki. But her future is our past.
So, these words have been here ever since we defeated the Ray Hero Solnari. We just never discovered them. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Do you ever mull over questions like that?
Only when I'm in a good mood and at leisure.
Well, I never do. Everything that has happened already belongs to the realm of fact. As a business person, and especially an intel broker, what I do is extrapolate from those facts to try and read the future.
An admirable philosophy.
It's a means of survival. Let's go. We have a wall's worth of clues to share with the others.
Find a way to make a break.
It appears that the doctor's energy signature has changed to something similar to Kuvaki, but not like the Kuvaki we're used to. Nod-krai's Kuvaki devices will only have a limited effect on it. I can see why you've chosen to place your hopes in alchemy instead. Also, I must say these books are rather profound.
My subordinates just shipped them in from Fontaine. Some of them are from the Narcissenkreuz Ordo. Some are incident reports from Petrichor, and then there's a few test reports for these junk machines. Additionally, after some further scanning, I've discovered something extremely annoying.
What's that?
Tevat's skies contain multiple moons. A long time ago, when I did my first scan, I detected 3, just as the legends say. But when I checked again just now, I detected 4 moons.
So there's one extra?
Yeah. Originally, I thought that if I could still find 3 moons, that would at least mean Columbina's still alive. But then it occurred to me that apart from the frost moon, Tevat's moons are just husks. And husks surely shouldn't show up in the scan, since they're not alive. It's weird, isn't it? If we can't even distinguish between a dead and a living moon, how are we supposed to know whether a moon goddess is still alive? Or does this mean that the moon marrows are equivalent to the moons themselves?
It's certainly possible. In which case, the 4th moon you detected may be Dottores' artificial creation.
So he wasn't bluffing. He really built his own moon marrow. Ugh! I'm so mad right now!
It's easy to get overwhelmed when you have too much on your plate. Maybe you need to relax. Perhaps try going for a walk. Or simply take a few deep breaths.
Nothing can calm me down at a time like this. I need more time, and I need progress.
It's Mr. Flynn's.
I really hate that ringing tone. Ugh. First the 4 orthants of the Narcissenkreuz, then moon marrows. Now what?
Oh, sorry if we're disturbing you. Might I ask what's troubling you?
What do you want? We're busy.
Are you still at the Curatorium of Secrets?
Yeah. Look, everyone else is still out, so there's no hurry. Plus, I'm busy, so I would appreciate if you gave me some space.
Even though we have crucial intel to share?
Fine, I'm listening.
Do you intend to share it via the Dodo communication device?
Ordinarily, I would, but this is a unique situation. I think it's best that we discuss it in person. See you at the Curatorium.
All right then. So, what's the situation?
The rest of the team is still out working on their missions and evacuations, but we've decided to fill you in on the most crucial information first.
Sandrone, you were right. Columbina is most likely still alive.
That's the best news we've received in a while, by a long way.
Random locations. Appearing in reverse order? Are you serious? Ugh, so not dying isn't enough for the moon goddess, huh? She has to show off too. Anyway, does this mean we can deduce her condition from the moon marrows?
Miss Androne, there's nothing wrong with simply admitting that you're happy to hear the good news.
I'm not. And she's the least of our problems. We're facing a huge crisis. If she can't control the flow of time in there, she's just gonna keep moving backwards. Different points in time won't intersect, and she'll never find a way out.
Let's say life begins with a drop of water. When did time begin? The moment this planet came into being? No, that's not right. Her final destination would be the moment at which the space she is in was created.
But it doesn't seem like we can influence that space from the outside world. So how can we help her? Also, if she's alive, Rarier and Thalindus might be too. But as far as we know, neither of them have come back out. That space may not have an exit at all.
I'm afraid I must concur with Miss Nefer in this.
Can't exactly argue with that. Let's leave it there for now. I've taken notes on everything you said.
Will it help with your research?
I doubt it's gonna help with breaking Dottoro's energy fields. But who knows when it might come in handy. Better to have it all written down than try to remember everything when I need it. All right, I need to get back to my research. Mr. Albedo has made a lot of suggestions that will require my undivided attention.
Sure, I'll stay here. I have things to work on. Paimon, are you there? Oh, right. She went with Varka to Natlan, didn't she? Good thing we've moved her and the Traveler's luggage in here. Speaking of the Traveler, where could they be? There's a note from Paimon.
Paimon here. Not in at the moment, but if anyone needs to borrow her stuff or the Travelers, go ahead and help yourself. Paimon won't be mad. Also, Traveler, if you get back before Paimon, make sure to get some rest. Paimon misses you a lot, but put your health first, all right?
How sweet. Well, since you offered, Paimon, don't mind if I do. This is the Traveler and Paimon's luggage. All the items they use day to day are here. It's well organized. I wonder which of them is responsible for that. What do we have here?
The daily necessity.
The camera captured a special moment that can only occur between people who are close to one another. You can really sense how the photographer feels about their subject. I wonder why this picture was placed outside. Is it because Paimon recently looked at it?
There's also a thick adventure handbook in here, record of Jedi Wolf's achieved that.
This must belong to the Traveler. Perfect. I'll use this. Hang in there.
Oh, is this
We'll
what she's
find
gonna use to like... The play is
Polonia. Search
Polonia.
keyword world formula and bring me all relevant books.
Okie dokie. Carter Sherbrius studied at the same lab as Never's paper. Blake David made a huge mistake, knocked over an ancient geometry machine that took a lot of effort to bring back from the desert ruins. It came to life and made a huge mess. I'll have to mean for progress with day off. Can't hardly believe it. Came to visit me and he brought his sister, the lady, and afraid of strangers. Day indeed. Because the idea of a thinking machine based on gems and tape circuits I discussed, but actually I just said things like, "Oh, well, that's really amazing," or "How will you do that?" Whenever he paused and didn't make any real contribution. His sister is very smarter than I. She's got the mental, but it did clear up a lot of things. At least according to him, something about it being driven by the elements and the ley lines, an interaction we cannot recreate in our current level of industrial precision. So science. Jakob was really the only one even close to being on the same level as. No shame just writing that. Not looking for reassurance from a child as young. Like I've lost all the self-respect a grown up should have. Prime Energy Machinery seems like they decided to adopt this name. Elaine and Renee are all the same. I can't put them together. Elaine's sister and me, outside of the research, because photos will go. I with her. Seem to be Elaine and Renee. Go and make it because their experiment is at a critical stage. They didn't have. They feel bad. What? Yes, Nurses and Cruise Institute. I've got to go check it out. Next time, talked about the thing again at Echo Flowers. A and Jakob knocked over the ink bottle to play a role in an event. Put down his locked door on the other side, and Renee and Jacob's. Was the nature of their research. We're not located. World Formula. Autumn Nikwa sermon dictation concerning the apocalypse. In light of the formal and rigorous proof outlined above, I believe that the correct term for the situation is fortuna. It is an ancient Romurian wisdom unparalleled. Never imagined that Romurian idea. Graph that I have named to the world formula. This is strong sense. Human civilization is about to lose its potential in ongoing exploration and evolution. Humanity's decline is, in truth, unfolding at this very moment. Put it bluntly, ladies and gentlemen, the apocalypse draws near. Look, this is not the hallucinatory babbling of some wandering monk Sumeru. Rather, it is a logical deduction grounded in natural philosophy. Please take a look at this diagram. Beneath the most hidden of all hidden, the number of cycles. That is the number of higher particles. Now only be 4. No new world cycle can be generated through. In other words, the end of this current samsara is light. Sparks of civilization are all but extinct. And to consider and introduce variables that existing for all the world is itself the external station of it. Yo, 4 kings, 4 moons, resetting things, evolving stuff. Hey, I wanted to read the other fucking books. Books to fucking ancient log Elaine guillotine. My assigned assistant seems very reliable and likely that the power sources of these war machines used at the moment far too dangerous. Oh, Elaine is the person that Rone was talking about. Spoke to her, traveler, I think. Very smart person. Shit. War machines abused. The moment cores far too dangerous. Get them to seek out others such mistake. The progress worth reporting today went out with Anne under my adoptive father's watchful eye to seek inspiration at sites where battles took place. Ran into Renee. This isn't reliable, caused some accidents, obstacle to overcome this kind of machine. Take arbitrary external forms. Quite focus on power. Researched prime energy machines. Assist took the day off, asked Anne for help, recommended Renee and Jakob, the director of the institute. Research prime energy machines. Off, asked Anne for help. Implementing prime energy machines. Progress. Probably just primary energy machine. The threshold of a major breakthrough. Assistant took the day off to visit and scolded me. Breakthrough, forgot about visit. I'm sorry, we'll invite everyone to took the day off. Assistant took the day off, went to visit an idea, a virtual neural network based on a vast quantity of thinking unit instead of a large. Visit. They said a bigger lab has been prepared for kinetic kinematics experiments, but I've decided not to move now. Been urged to move the lab several times, but if my system. Ancient notes, though it's a shame we'll have to miss it. I was looking forward to Coppelius's new work ever since he was a child. He's always been incredibly talented. Out of consideration for everyone's safety, it has been decided that the institute shall close. For the energy and vigor of youth, young ones are clamoring to go out and battle. I hope someday they will understand the prioritizing post-disaster reconstruction over off to die. I fear that it shan't be long before we must depart. We've chosen a good piece of land, fountain of post-relocation site. Even say they want to use the land to build an opera house that faces aflame with shame and laughter. Think that anyone could be so. Going to pay our respects at Basil's grave. I hope it all turns out like I said. However, it's the responsibility to support gifted and talented. Met with the newly appointed Eudix. He was peculiar temperament, reliable than all goes well. It has the potential to revolutionize our understanding of Clockwork Mecha. Proposed methodology and plan are aligned. Results of early phases have been satisfactory. Investment requests have been increasing. Better to have someone keep an eye on. I'd be having financial difficulties. Not like it's possible for it. Not like it's possible for better. After some consideration, I've decided to enroll them and temporarily assign them to the same lab. However, I'm concerned about the impact of their choice on the mental state of the others. Must keep careful watch. Not just during the visit, so Kunz decided to blood sample and see if it. Although the proposed research is expected to face challenges in obtaining recognition, I believe it holds significant practical value, so it justifies approval. Toxins remain in the soil and water have not yet been neutralized. The water is producing deformity. This could be a reflection of previous events. These are Carl's adopted children. It's a shame that there's a sun cruise. Abnormal. Okie dokie. Relevant engineering blueprint. Fuck you. I have the looking.
Let's see. This one is on Tonki's sermon dictation concerning the apocalypse.
Don't read it for me.
I believe that the correct term for this
Okay.
is Fortuna. This was an ancient Romorian technology, a wisdom unparalleled. I never imagined that Romorian ideas would be so similar to the diagram I have named, the world formula. This is strong evidence that human civilization should gradually shed possibilities as it continues to explore and evolve. The end of humankind may well be upon us right now. The sparks of civilization shall run out, unless we consider introducing variables from outside the system. Variables. Surely that can only mean one thing. Descenders? Dottore likely captured the traveler because of his descender status.
We're
But the
descenders.
Three Moons' authority comes from the world itself. Why would Dottore need anything beyond that? Where does this variable factor in? The world formula calculates the fate of an entire world. Introducing a variable would therefore give us...
Wait for the next directive.
Colonia, search keyword pathway and bring me all relevant books.
Bitch. Oh, ancient log. Following Guillotine's instructions, the research went well. We've created a clockwork machine that can release energy. To be honest, we no longer need to call it a clockwork machine as it doesn't rely on elastic potential. It'll be compelling to see what results he achieves next in kinematics. There's no way old-fashioned clockwork mecha can withstand such power output. Even young geniuses much stumble now and then. The thought of using this sort of unstable energy source is impressive, though we have long observed these energies in Fontaine's atmosphere. Water has always been regarded as a threat rather than a potential resource. And there are a few young geniuses too many nowadays. Directors, please, sure, but won't someone spare a thought for us ordinary people? I mean, not all of us are as simple-minded as it's let's see. It received a very high rating. If the patent were to be granted, the potential financial gain would be considerable. However, I decided to decline the opportunity because the machine was practically all guillotine work, and I can take no credit there. My family was quite angry about it, but as an one must have at least a little dignity and self-awareness. So making improvements in output efficiency has increased. Seems to have been specially recruited. That's good. Had he continued that line of research, who knows what have unleashed. At this stage, we have to pull out. The director says everyone will be given a position of resources after reconstruction, but I'm afraid if it were me, I would use this as an excuse for a major shakeup. People like me won't get recalled anyway. Never mind, I've been pretty happy these past 2 days. I guess I'll go to the city and open a small workshop repairing watches for folks. Camera. Right? See if I can make waterproof. Way things are. Make a killing in the future. Heck. Yeah, Bingold. Anyway, when it comes down to it, our research directions are different, so I applied for a new research lab with the director, but there's nothing for it anyway. Elaine is incredibly intelligent, but he also only trusts himself and doesn't trust her observations or accomplishments as he reaches conclusions through his own calculations. Well, that's okay, since Elaine is making the world a better place in his way. I trust him because this is the world that Anne lives in. Even though the institute is full of people, I don't have many friends besides Carter. He kind of dislikes us. Renee managed to acquire something powerful research, apparently. Appeared after the disaster and very dangerous for most people. But I feel okay. Maybe my institution really has gotten a lot better. I helped Renee out. When I visited him, I found out that he has also attended NAR's Stunning Cruise Institute. Didn't tell him about the vice director abandoning us, or would have made him sad. Only we could have helped him, just like I. After discussing it with Renee, he finally agreed that since it's dangerous, everything needs to be made clear to Carter and must make judgment himself as it his own life. But if it's successful, then he'll survive just like book. The research notes of Master Ruggiero, I don't know, about the Golden Troop. Comparative studies have been conducted on the surviving ruins of ancient orders from across the land. They all had different names. The scripts and images left behind support the conclusion that they shared. Ancient scholars believed that all arcane arts originate from a pre-Roman civilization, a belief that now seems. Fortuna seems to be the name of symphony. Mirian musicians call it the music of Dana, or the music of origin. In their eyes, the rise and fall of civilizations as well as the fates of mortals are all orchestrated by the movement of symphony. When a civilization perishes, and is always cake, the philosophical system is complex and like bearing almost no relation to modern fun. However, this is hardly surprising. According to historical records, after Rumia was brought to Rome, these fell under the Lock Knight era. Willingly forsook their faiths, tongues, and writings, embracing a life of devotion to the gods as our forebears once. There's a world quest that I have not done in Fontaine. It goes over stuff that we're reading. I hinted at the matter to the Golden Hunter in an oblique way, since the Marishus hunters were who first pledged themselves to his house were all descendants of Lock Knights, praising the benevolence of Erin. Seemed like the safest approach, and inquired about his knowledge of natural philosophy. He was silent for about half a minute. Probed too deep. Saying there was a reason they had been forgotten. Still, as a gesture of gratitude, the Golden Hunter was pattern. Seal of chemical marriage. According to him, the symbol is even older than the Rumir station itself. The gifts bestowed upon King. But exactly those here. Rise and fall of empire. Potential of mortals and the emanation of light. What is this? Dreams of surpassing the gods? Well, these can be represented by this formula. I did not understand it at all. He declined to elaborate, and so I can only forward matters here. Hope that those who come after might one day decipher their. This book. Ancient log. It seems the ordinary dowry machine can no longer satisfy him. As a result, the doctor used natural resources to obtain something way horrifying. Rumor has it that someone was nearly killed. I hope this will help him achieve research objectives. Some rare dowry mechanical parts being studied by Sumer. part of the package. Things went out of control for a third time. Guillotine may be willing to risk his own life, but that doesn't mean the rest of us feel the same. Came up with an emergency damage control. Hope we won't need to use it. Finishes his mathematics. However, given his personality, it seems likely that he'll ever complete that research. Seems that his experiments into machines were intended to create a mechanical dog. It's proof of his kinematics, and it's actually a good idea and could be showcased in the city. And the creature is much more personable and likable compared to the automated next door. At least he lived long enough to be poached by the Marichus hunters. It wasn't easy for us to survive this long either. But what will we do with this blasted crazy killing machine itself? Whatever, that's a problem for the future. Okay. Sermon dictation explications on the chemical marriage. Fundamentally, what the ancient orders designated as marriage was, in essence, what the fuck? Interpenetration. Interpenetration. Supposed to be of ontologically distinct orthants. As you can see, it is a magic set in motion by the three particles above the key. Yet its metaphysical origin lies in the emanations of particles beneath the firmament. The alchemists of Conria are prone to disregard metaphysical sentiment, in fact, pursuing instead the gold of the ignorant within the this reason that the food cannot be compared to the great undertaking to achieve today, one that is founded upon ancient style theory. 3 pertains to appearance, 4 pertains to the intrinsic, 7 obtained through the overlap constant paths for vertical distance. We designate this process of overlap as mediating into the matrimonial covenant of observe and compute the path in the guidance diagram. Deconstruct foreseen its effects and could generate potential. For the less, there's one thing everyone must. The first half, second on it, but you have all in the clear. Some, though not all, in the because they possess that renders because they offer the world formula. Only mediocre minds float beyond a certain measure, actively just pass upon prohibition, because in the eyes of the ignorant, few taboo and precious, romantically identical. Besides that, in most cases, taboo, like a convention, lacks merit. Take heed, what we speak of is the act of overlaying your dream upon the gods, of overlaying your law, your will, and the sky upon ineffable sacrifices there. Not speak of the following emanations to ascension to the ranks of gods. This is a base dream doomed to perish within an eggshell. What I aim to teach you all is the principle of transcendence, the infinite expanse, and stars within it. You too must act in this manner, bound by any constraint. To vision for the sake of convergence is the necessary path of man. At its core, magic is the science and art of affecting change according to the marriage is the through which the art is realized. It's the subject that creates art, nor the object that art is on. Is and self is free weakness of consciousness, gods nor death. Hey, look. Here you go.
Otonki Sermon Dictation. Explications on the Chemical Marriage. These titles are pretty esoteric. Observe and compute the pathway displayed in the guidance diagram. Deconstructing and reversing its effects could generate potential ideas. So, it's one of Renee's draft lectures. Deconstructing the pathway. I suppose that could lead to a breakthrough.
One more book.
This is so long. This guy sure loves showing off his knowledge.
One more. Documents.
Polonia. Search keyword tree model and bring me all relevant books.
Tree motel, we're not done reading. What's this? That one. Great Detective Herlock, the Alchemist, of the Clockwork Saint. So the story ends like this. Sherlock sat down and lit his pipe. The rest of us, whether it was Agent Gina, Miss Jacoba, or the Commissioner, Miss I looked at one another in confusion. This is anything. The Quincy wanted to kill. Mr. Rumor that the locations of the 4 previous cases were equidistant. There was a symmetrical pattern between the time, space, and even the first letters of the 4 victims' names. Relax said this is also why Gina's deduction was completely off the mark. The murderer knew that she, possessing basic knowledge of the mystic arts, would assume that the followers of the Ordo would treat the patient as a necessary ritual sacrifice. The corporate let her believe that her assumption was entirely correct. When Duke Saint Germanus departed, he clearly said that everything was beyond redemption, and the next case would also. Agent Gina protested somewhat. He's also a genius when it comes to mechanics and everything else. He's just an ordinary person. Herlock paused, then continued. He's always been the type to like things he can fully understand. Just like you, Gina. Now I get it, Miss Jacoba shouted suddenly. Dear Herlock, now everything's crystal clear. Is this Herlock? The 4th victim's death wasn't carefully planned. So we have 4 victims. We have all these other people talking about clockwork stuff. I'm pretty sure I've already figured it out. This is probably some coded literature. Looking for is in here. Gotta have to decipher what the fuck going on. Things that's to get the information you need. Yeah. Let's see. We whether the plan might fail since the 3 victims were all well protected figures. After all, they headed to the. I don't really care about any of this. I don't understand it. Let's read this paragraph. Indeed, Herlock said calmly. It wasn't clear whether he meant that Miss whatever Jade's deductions was correct, or that Agent G was indeed an accomplice. Most of the experimental devices proposed by the LO are built based on simple, basic tree model logical structures. They do not recognize their own masters, following only the commands they were initially given, so they end up killing masters. That's why I keep saying don't put too much trust in Cloud Rebecca. Unlike humans, machines have no heart. I remained silent as usual, but Miss J glanced at me with what seemed like a hint of puzzlement. What's wrong? Why are you standing there in silence? Is there fine? No, I just didn't expect the truth to be simple. Of course, my understanding of the Clockwork Mega cannot compare to that of the Duke Germanus, but I've done a bit of research to suggest that those machines were merely activated by Mr. M. Mishandling seemed a bit too contrived. It implied that there was another mastermind, but it all felt like a stretching into the territory of conspiracy theory. After all, no one besides us could have pulled off the operation I envisioned, so I decided to abandon further speculation, just instead to enjoy the reactions of the adorable Agent G. This is why you don't understand deduction, Agent G. Seemed to have regained her confidence, not to mention her mild sense of superiority over me. Excited finger, isn't there a saying that goes something like this? When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains. Stop right there. That's Fanto something, Moss, Rob something's story. We don't have the publishing right for that purpose. Herlock took another drag of his pipe. He seemed out once more. I don't care. We found it, but I'm gonna continue reading. Fuck you. Relevant mechanical. Time Tracker Collected Edition. This is a story for many years ago. After the evening banquet, Miss Aviva, who today would be late in the noon, and was as always theatrically grousing to us about the all too swift march of science. Fuck all this. Got the lens 1,000 years ago, so the third of the world. Some noble monk. Double chief, oh, there's 3 pages. Yes, I'm not reading. The biography of Guillotine Deluxe Edition. Designed for the Vada research. Got in. Always spread. A suit against the Steambird. Employed in his servants. That in his created by escapable of thought. Him and his work. Result had no need for create more devices. I have a theory. I could be completely wrong, but I don't know the answer to this, and I don't backstory of Sandroni, but could Sandroni be one of or part of it? The real question isn't whether machines can think, but whether humans. We have every reason to believe that whatever contraptions KT crafted at his workshop in his later years were deliberately destroyed. No, after all, it's hard for any and got their designs. Popular fiction has a the history of the decline and fall of Rumeria. The ocean gave birth to all, yet all devoured everything. Also devoured the area. Love to read all that, but I've been reading. Don't have enough. Is your last book?
Most of the experimental devices proposed by the Lilia Crucis Ordo are built based on the simple and basic logical structure of a tree model. Lilia Crucis. Guess they were trying to cover up the name of the Nod-krai Ordo? When Duke St. Germanus departed, he said, "It seems that there's no going back." Alas, he is only a genius when it comes to machines. In all other things, he is but ordinary. Excuse me? I'm sorry. That's just ridiculous. What kind of book is this? Great Detective Herlock, the Alchemist and the Clockwork Saint? Isn't this a novel? Come on. Still, the author swears that they knew Renee well. Whatever. I guess it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Renee would say nonsense like that on occasion. Memory, wishes, souls, and persona. Frankly, this sounds more like occultism, but if Albedo vouches for it, I suppose there must be some alchemical basis to these techniques. The way Alain Guillotin saw it, the world was comprised of machines. The universe needed machines, and thus his technologies were created. That's why I was born. Renee, his full name was René de Petrichor, if I recall correctly. Sounds like he and the town must be intricately connected. That place was also the source of most of our information regarding Remurian civilization. Seems like some of his projects were based on their technology. The cutting of souls and storing them in vessels. These seemingly unrelated techniques underpinned Renee's research. Assuming that the four orthants correspond to alchemical categories. The chemical marriage model? Alain would have scoffed at that. He never would have let those theories or parameters anywhere near his mathematical formulas. What was Alain's view on Renee? I know he mentioned the name, albeit very rarely. Oh, now I remember. Alain's old notes are here too. They mentioned Renee once. Renee seemed most out of sorts when he spoke to me. A lack of sweet foods has dulled his mind, I should think. Either way, his words are not to be believed. Yep, that sounds like Alain. My subordinates actually did a half-decent job digging out all these materials. Makes a change. Good for them. Some of Alain's old files are completely consistent with these records. He must have gotten them from the Tower of Gestalt. I never knew he got his hands on Renee's records that early. He may have kept them, but he never even attempted to use them. Didn't believe a word they said. Come to think of it, Renee's world formula was filled with calculations of constants. That shows he believed that the fate of the world to be predetermined. As for Alain... it's been too long. I forget what he said. What would he have said? A guy like him, fervent believer in machines, but not headstrong enough. The world can be changed. It is worth persevering. Yes, that's how he used to think at least. He created that procedure to save this world. Yet the scale of the world's fate proved too enormous. The result was beyond his ability to calculate. He died having never seen the outcome. And there I was, left behind in the ashes of his dreams. Did you really never take a close look at Renee's research? Or did you read it but deem his philosophy incompatible with your model? The very thought of trying to incorporate his ideas probably made you feel sick to the stomach. Well, don't worry, because there's a whole new category of lunatic in town. Next to Dottore, every other madman looks sane. You once asked me what I wished for. Should have asked him instead. He's the one pining for things you'd sooner die than witness. Even the tiniest variable can make big waves in the present. Now then, allow me to put these incompatible fragments together in your stead. First, establish and verify the existence of the Great Circle. Absolute nihil on one end, absolute reality on the other. Now, search between these two extremes. Then, the construction criteria. Variables. The sparks of civilization shall run out unless we consider introducing variables from outside the system. Input variables.
Descenders?
Traverse the world, space-time, and civilization. Then extract the essential nodes from the records to determine which variables they point to. The primordial power that differentiated itself from the void. The power of light. Yes, light. Records. Hyperborea. This is horrendously complicated. After all that, I'm still missing a few variables. I need to think this through again. How do you think it looks, Polonia? Like the frenzied scrawlings of a madwoman? Fine, keep it to yourself. It's not like you can talk anyway. I'll assume you gave it a passing grade. I jest. But true madness does often start with trying to save the world. What would Arlecchino and Columbina think if they saw this incomprehensible hen scratch? They'd probably have me institutionalized. So would Rosaline. She's been dead for a while now. When I close my eyes and think back, I can still see her face. And that enormous dress she used to wear. Such a bizarre choice. What possessed her? Oh, and the clack-clack of those heels used to drive me insane. No one's asking me, obviously, but I hope you all know that I never wanted to save the world. I'm not crazy. I don't have delusional ambitions, and that's a clinical fact. The world needs a solution, but I don't need the world's validation. It's the world begging me for answers, not the other way around.
Time. Hip hip hooray! Tea time. Where am I going? Air tea. Take out. Riveting gameplay. Tea. Late river. Tea.
Oh, cookies to go with the tea. Let's see. They must be from that person who brought those documents. I see they're from Hotel de Boer. Something's written on the box. We are proud to present this homage to the Fortress of Meropede's fun-filled mill collection system. Fortune cookies! Have a lucky start to your day. Sounds like a dumb gimmick to me. Be early to bed and early to rise. Get plenty of sun and drink plenty of water. Then things will surely go well for you. What? Are you kidding me? Somehow I doubt that an early night and a glass of water is magically gonna save a world on the brink of existential peril.
Bitchy.
Lady Arlecchino, word has reached us that Lady Marionette's troops are all in position. They are ready to act as soon as the order is given.
Excellent.
The only thing is, they are fewer in number than we expected. It looks like many of them must have lost their lives at the hand of the monsters released by the Doctor.
Can't be helped. Allow them to join our ranks and keep in contact.
As you wish.
It's been a while, Arlecchino. You look well.
Child.
Did Dottore really have to build his lab right on the sole path between Snezhnaya and Nod-krai? Had to go on a huge detour to stay out of its line of sight.
Sounds like an arduous journey. I assume you've brought word from Her Majesty?
Of course, all part of the job. Firstly, the Tsaritsa has authorized Fatui Internal Affairs to review Dottore's case. They will reach a formal verdict on whether he has turned traitor and whether he poses a threat to Snezhnaya. While they're working on that, I've been ordered to come and receive the refugees from Nod-krai.
They are nearby. My team will escort you to them shortly.
Great. Aside from that, Her Majesty has a message for you and Sandrone personally. Huh? Where is Sandrone?
She stayed behind to work since I was making the trip anyway. It seemed sensible to have one person on standby at base while the other came out to meet you.
All right, guess that's just how she rolls. In that case, tell her that the Tsaritsa's decree this time is pretty awesome sounding. I think she'll like this one. Still, I wonder what... Wait, what's that? Did one of our troops turn into a monster?
Take him out.
Was that Dottore's troop?
Laid bare.
You've gotten stronger, Arlecchino. Nice.
Stop that right now. I appreciate the praise, but I am not fighting you today.
I knew it. I can't believe it. He was a living, breathing human one moment, and the next?
Another fine piece of work by our dear colleague, I'm afraid.
What in the world has been going on in Nod-krai?
A lot. But long story short, Dottore stole 2 moon marrows that should have belonged to Columbina, then built a 3rd moon marrow of his own to concentrate the Trilunar Authority in his hands.
What? What do you mean he built a moon marrow? People build roads and houses, not moon marrows. What's his next DIY project? He's gonna build a god?
You could stand to be less surprised. We are harbingers. The work we are engaged in makes the creation of gods seem mundane by comparison. I tell everyone who asks that you once crossed swords with Rex Lapis while serving as a key supporter for Rosaline's plan. But right now, you're acting like a common adventurer.
Thanks for speaking up for me. Those 2 really took me for a ride back then. Then again, surely no common adventurer would manage to get tangled up with them the way I did. That's gotta count in my favor, right?
It almost sounds like you wish to repeat the experience. I might have to lower my opinion of you.
No. I'll stop talking. Please, go on.
Dottore is currently still experimenting with his newfound power in ways that continue to corrode the outside world. As for the human mutation, I believe this is simply a consequence of his experiments, and not a strategic move. That radiant beast was once a subordinate of Sandrone's. I suspect he was only allowed to live so that he could become an experimental subject. Also, those of us who fought Dottore have been afflicted with a curse. As such, I cannot leave Nod-krai.
This is so much worse than I thought. No wonder Her Majesty's decree is so extreme. While these exceptional circumstances persist, the Harbingers are hereby authorized to use unilateral executive powers. Should Dottore pose a threat, Arlecchino and Sandrone are permitted to eliminate him.
My thanks to Her Majesty. I will pass these good tidings on to Sandrone.
Her Majesty has also declared that she will refrain from launching an attack on the now evacuated Nod-krai due to the presence of unretrieved research material.
A wise decision.
By the way, how's my old partner doing? I'm assuming they're with you?
Partner? You mean the Traveler? I'm afraid I have bad news. He was captured after our failed assault in Dottore's lab. His whereabouts are currently unknown.
What? Why? Since when does Dottore have a bone to pick with him?
That is indeed the question. I'm not sure he does. He must have some other goal in mind.
This won't do. I have to rescue him.
You can't. We have no idea where the Traveler is.
What am I supposed to do then? Stand here twiddling my thumbs?
Sandrone is working on it. The best thing you can do right now is complete your mission.
Fine. I guess I'll leave this to you then.
One last thing. Tell the Rooster to get the message out to the gods and citizens of every nation in Tevat. Beware. An uncontrollable pollution is spreading forth from Nod-krai. The source of that pollution is a madman drunk on the success of his experiments. The Fatui and our allies will endeavor to contain the threat. However, if Nod-krai falls, things are likely to escalate. Considering Dottore is one of our own, all Fatui stationed in Nod-krai consider it our duty to stay and fight him to the bitter end. Whatever the cost.
Hey, don't be too pessimistic. If it comes to it, I'm sure Her Majesty won't stand by and do nothing.
I hope you're right.
I highly doubt we will.
You're right on time.
Thanks. Hey, do you think I'll get that gliding exam exemption? I made sure I was on my best behavior in Mondstadt. I landed well outside the city and walked in through the gates.
I'll help you apply, don't worry. For now, let's see what we have here.
What are the doctor's energy fields even made from? The usual attract and repel principles that govern Kuvaki don't seem to apply to them.
They are very mysterious, but ultimately, they appear to be comprised of energies from the three realms. Thanks to research by Master in the Hexen Circle, we know that Tevat's 7 elements are derived from the more primordial power of the Light Realm, which is antagonistic with the power of the Void Realm. Since you have the power of the Dragon Durin within you, I'm sure you can already tell that this energy field contains no abyssal energy.
That's true. It's not abyssal energy, it's something pure, wild, and untamed.
I've been thinking about something. Do you still remember the device that Dory supplied from the Academia when you and Miss Columbina fought Rarier? That was one of the most marvelous feats of ingenuity I've ever seen. The design, the craftsmanship, the material selection. I couldn't fault any of it. Not to mention the operating principles. Surely the most ingenious feature of all. Dory didn't go into detail on how it functions, but I have a working theory. The clue was that Miss Columbina was somehow able to use the pyro energy that you provided. Despite the fact that, as a moon goddess, she should only be able to use light realm energy in principle. Now, all elemental energy is, of course, derived from light realm energy to begin with. Hence, I suspect that the device works by restoring elemental energy to its original state. This presumes a theoretical model of the 7 elements akin to that of light refracted through a prism. Perhaps it is no mere analogy. Maybe there is indeed a prism in this model. I almost wonder if the idea for the device was conceived based on direct observations of said prism. It would explain how such an ironclad design concept was achieved. It is at once a masterwork of engineering and a groundbreaking application of the Academia's latest elemental theories. I suspect only Lesser Lord Kusanali herself could have devised such an ambitious technology. But back to the energy field before us. If this is pure light realm energy, its relation to elemental energy is one of integration versus division. Or you could say that the former contains the latter. Could this mean that elemental energy can dilute the power of the light realm?
Should we give it a try?
We should.
Ha! It works!
Clear signs of disruption were detected at the periphery of the energy field. This indicates that elemental energy can disturb or even negate the field. Now you try.
Alright, here goes. It's working!
Switch to abyssal energy and attack again. No surprises there. Abyssal power drains the energy field to a significantly greater extent. I now feel confident in asserting that the energy field is indeed pure light realm energy, and that elemental energy can dilute it.
But the energy field is huge! How much elemental energy will it take to neutralize it?
We don't have to neutralize it completely. We can try other approaches. That's all for theory. Would you like to continue watching?
So you knew I was here.
Huh?
There he is.
When did you get here?
A while ago. But Albedo sounded like he was working on his thesis defense back there. Back in Sumeru. You can end a person's whole career by interrupting them mid-speech.
Very thoughtful of you. I'm truly touched. Could I ask you to lend me a hand?
With what?
A little test. Try using Animo to unleash a concentrated assault with circular blades, with the goal of breaking through at a singular point.
Nice! This time it tore through the field.
Tremendous. This is a major breakthrough.
Should we go through?
We probably shouldn't risk having mutually antagonistic energies in such close proximity. Durin, you stay here and watch the entrance. Hat Guy and I will go in to investigate.
Sounds sensible to me. Keep your eyes peeled, Durin.
Don't worry, I got this. You two be careful in there. Just give me the signal if you need help and I'll dive right in.
What do you mean, signal?
It's based on a new alchemical concoction I developed last month. When 2 bottles of it are smashed on the ground together, they emit a blinding burst of light. If it comes to that, remember to shield your eyes with your hat.
Glad I asked. Thanks for the heads up.
Well, I'm gonna end the stream there because I think if we continue this, we'll go in for 500. So, these orb things, I was actually wondering like what the fuck they are, but they're all popping up. It's the void shit that's absorbing everything. They can't stop. So, next stream, today's Friday, Sunday. Hopefully it's gonna be Baldur's Gate. The technical issues were dealt with, so there shouldn't be any issues, knock on wood. So we should be continuing Baldur's Gate from now. There will be more Genshin Impact, and Friday some more Genshin. I don't think I have anything to announce. Yeah, no. Go check out the YouTube channel. I post the files over there if you missed any of the episodes. There's playlists for everything basically up there, so always check those out. Yeah. Think. Go. All right. So we'll continue this later. Next week. I wonder what's gonna happen. Like the whole big ol' Bennett. Birthday Bennett. Anyway, next week we'll find out if we're going to be doing some huge face-off, probably with the Toray. I wonder who is gonna show up. All our allies and whatnot. See, we'll find out. Yeah, like I said, that's it. So again, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.